Hey guys, Glockster 42 out here. She's a beautiful mid-December afternoon. It's about -5. It's warmed right up. It's absolutely stunning out here. The sun's shining, the skies are clear blue. So what we've got here is my Mossberg 590. We've made a few changes on it. We've added a shell carrier from side saddle from Tacstar. Quality seems to be alright. It hasn't fallen off yet, so that's okay. We're also testing out this Knoxx Blackhawk recoil reducing stock. It swapped out my pistol grip Knoxx recoil reducing stock, which I really hated. So we're going to try that out here today. And we're just going to be putting this Mossberg up against my tried and true Benelli that I've had for quite a few years and see how they run. Alright, the slugs we're going to be using today, guys, are Winchester Winlight 2 3/4 inch 1 ounce slugs at 1200 feet per second. So we're going to take 3 shots at these target silhouettes back here and we'll see how we're going to do. 3 shots with the Mossberg at 25 paces with Winchester slugs. I'm still getting a little bit of smack up on the face from this, but this stock works a lot better with slugs. So let's try the Benelli and then we'll go down and see how each one of these puppies are shooting. Alright, here's my trusty Benelli. I've had this shotgun for quite a while. As you remember, it's got the ghost ring sights, so I'm sure it's going to have a little bit better aiming points. Recoil actually seems to be a little bit more manageable in this than the Mossberg. I'm not getting smacked up in the face with this stock, just in the shoulder. So let's go down and take a look, see how these two shotguns are shooting. Alright, there's the Mossberg at 25 yards. 1, 2, 3 shots, all head shots. That's great, considering I was aiming down here. I was aiming center of mass. So we're going to have to try these again. It could have been just the angle that this doggone target was sitting, but 1, 2, 3. Peep sight's not bad. The Benelli a little bit better. 1, 2, 3. That's the same load at the same range offhand. Not much sense, I don't think, in testing a shotgun off the bench. You can just to get a good baseline, but I prefer to do things a little more real world. We're going to reposition these targets and try again. All right, here we are back with the Benelli again. Let's try this again, 25 yards, and see how these are grouping. She's shooting high. I can see from there she's shooting way high with slugs. Shooting about 4 inches high, so that's just a matter of sighting in the shotgun. They're all right around, they're grouping actually pretty good. So let's try the Mossy. Alright, here's the Mossy. We'll try hold a little bit lower this time. Yeah, this stock makes a big difference. The movement of the stock recoil is going to take some getting used to, that's for darn sure. But once you get your face positioned properly, there's virtually no recoil at all with these 2 3/4 inch slugs. So let's go down and see how this second match did. Oh, that's much better. I can see I held a little bit lower with the Mossberg. Right on the money. Alright, here's the, these are the first 1, 2, 3 shots. 1, 2, 3 for the second batch. I was aiming right here. So with the Benelli, at least you can see that you are shooting a little higher. Looks like I must have messed up. I must have thrown a buckshot load into that Mossberg action instead of 2 slugs. That happens. So there's my 2 Sabo slugs right there. As you can see, they group pretty good. My hold is right there, and hold right here with Buckshot. It's not a bad opening up, but you see I've also got a bleeder over here and one way down here. So that's why you need to pattern your buckshot at 25 yards. With that gun, I don't know how much more buckshot I'd want to shoot with it. So I'm going to mark all these and we're going to do some more buckshot shooting with the Mossberg and test that stock out. For this shoot, we're going to go for 5 rounds of Remington Buckshot 12 gauge 3 inch 10 pellets triple aught buck. 1225 feet per second. So we're at about 15 yards, and let's see how this stuff groups. That's got some whack. I was smacking my nose, my hand with my nose every single shot with that 3-inch stuff. So here's some very old Imperial 2 3/4 inch 5-shot. A little better. And now we've got some more of this Remington 3-inch and a Rio double-aught buck 2 3/4 and another Remington 3-inch. I'm almost thinking this is letting go a little bit too much. I'd rather just have a nice soft stock, because as this is coming down, it's bringing it back and it's smacking my nose with my hand. So I think it's just probably a training issue. Let's go try some birdshot now and see how that rolls. Alright, now just as a comparison, this is the Benelli. I'm going to fire that same Remington 3-inch triple-aught buck out of the Benelli 5 shots, and I just want to check and see what the recoil, perceived recoil, is like compared to this in the Mossy. Alright, definitely a lot more recoil to the shoulder, right here, getting me hard right there. That's to be expected. But what it's not doing, I'm not smacking my nose, my hand, in my face like I was at the Mossy. So now, is that a hand positioning training issue, or is that a result of the stock actually physically moving back and forth with that spring set? I don't know. We're gonna have to do some more testing. You're certainly not going to solve it in 10 or 15 shots. So I'm going to go back to the Mossy, and we're going to load up some high brass number 4 Imperial shot shells, lead pellets that I've gotten from a friend of mine. They're old, I've had them for quite a while, but we're going to try those in the Mossberg and see how they work. We're going to do some rapid fire with this Mossberg. I'm going to see how this thing looks. Alright, we're ready to rock. Alright, we're ready to rock. That was pretty darn good. That was comfortable. No problems at all with that high base Imperial stuff. I have noticed that in this Mossberg, the high base is a little snaky to reload. Mind you, I haven't shot this gun a whole bunch, so I'm used to that Benelli Supernova. So let's try this again, boys, and see how she looks. Okay, the big thing I've noticed that I'm getting right on it like a rifle stock, but if I just keep my head back a bit, works like a damn. So it seems to be a training issue. Let's put a few more rounds through this puppy and see how she goes. Not too shabby. The more I use, the more I run this stock, the more I like it. Those high base rounds, she's shooting awfully nice. I'm going to try some Federal Target rounds next, and let's see how they do. Okay, this is just the Federal Target load 7.5 shot, the El Cheapo stuff you buy at Canadian Tire and Home Depot and all that kind of good stuff. no recoil whatsoever with this stock. And the low base shells, considerably easier to reload than this Mossy. So far, once you get your hand positioned and your face positioned on these things, I think this stock could be a real winner. It certainly is a lot nicer than the pistol grip version of their recoil reducing stock. Now this is the Knoxx Blackhawk recoil reducing stock for the Mossberg 590. So far so good. We're gonna do a little bit of snow testing for the old Mossberg 590. Big thing is, don't get any snow in your barrel, guys. That'll blow it right up. I have never done it. I've seen it happen to guns when I used to work in the gun shop. So we're just basically going to throw a little bit of snow in here. We're going to throw some snow up in the slides. Basically, we're going to see what happens. Like if you're out in the boonies or whatever, and for some reason you went, oh crap, I dropped my gun in the snow. All right, so yeah. Damn, I dropped my gun. Now, nobody's going to pull a trigger on this. Let's be realistic. You're going to do the best you can with what you got, right? Alright, you're in a combat situation. Oh, hell, whatever reason. Farmer, hunter, whatever. Alright. You may be able to say, stop and clean the snow out, dig it out with a knife or something. I don't have time. Something for whatever reason I have to engage. Let's see how she goes. This is Buck. Alright, I got a shower, but this gun did miss a beat. She's pretty much soaked inside. She's probably going to need a detail, strip and clean when I get home. But as you can see, dropping it and doing a quick wipe, this Mossy will carry on. So, you know, that's just a point in time. Will it do it over and over again? Probably. If it did it once without failure, probably. Now, if you let this freeze up, will that happen? I don't know. It's not quite cold enough for it to freeze up, but the thing of it is now at this point, you've had your engagement, you've done whatever you needed to do. Get your cleaning kit out and get this tidied up. So that's going to be about it for the Mossberg 590, guys. Thanks for coming along. I really appreciate it. Support's been great. You guys are watching my videos. I really appreciate it. So thanks for coming out. Later.